Hello, dear students. I'm back with your new poem, A Legend of the Northland. Dear students, Northland has been located on the globe in such latitudes and longitudes, due to which the days there are shorter and the nights are longer. So, due to its geographical condition, the days are shorter there and the nights are longer. So, this poem narrates the legend of an old lady who angered Saint Peter because of her greed. So, legend is a very old tale, very long tale, which has been passed over from one generation to another. So, there was an old lady and her action was such that Saint Peter grew very angry due to her greed. So the poem proceeds like this. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. So, very far away in Northland, where the days are shorter and the nights are longer, people cannot sleep them through, means the people cannot sleep all through the night because nights are very long. So, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bear cubs in their funny furry clothes. So, Northland is such a place where people has to use reindeers. Reindeers you must have seen in the sledges of Santa Claus. Yes, swift means very fast. So the reindeers who run very fast, people has to tie them to the sledges when it snows because there is lot of snow, and their children look like bears cubs because children have to wear their furry clothes to protect themselves from the chilly winter. So they had to wear furry clothes, and due to which they look like the cubs of bear. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe it is true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. And there the people used to tell children a curious story, a legend which has been passed from generation. If someone listens to that story, one could not be able to believe it at once, but yes, there is a lesson which everyone should learn from the story. Once, when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching just as he did, So there were a good person who was a saint, Saint Peter. So he used to travel in the world and spread the message of the God to everyone, teach the lessons from the God. Means he used to preach the people wherever he walks. So one he came to the door of a cottage in traveling round the earth, where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. So one day when he was traveling round the earth, means he was traveling from one place to another to give his preachings, then he came to a cottage where a little woman was making cakes, and she was making them on the hearth. Hearth means uh, uh, there is a container filled with coal which was used to cook food. And being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one. And because Saint Peter had not eaten anything from the morning he was very hungry and he was feeling like as if he would faint soon due to fasting, due to not eating, due to being starved. So he asked the lady to give him a single piece of cake from her store of cakes. So she made a very little cake, but as it so she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away. So the lady started to bake a cake, and when she was baking it, don't know why it appeared too large to her to give it away. Means she could not share, she could not give that piece of cake to the Saint Peter because it seemed her too large to give it away for free. Therefore, she needed another and still a smaller one, but it looked when she turned it over as large as the first had done. Therefore, she needed another one and she tried to make it smaller from the earlier one, but when she was baking it, again it appeared her too large to give it away for free. Then she took a tiny scrap of dough and rolled it flat and baked it thin as a wafer, but she couldn't part with that. Then now she took a very tiny scrap of dough, very little part of dough, and she started rolling it and rolled it as thin as a wafer. Wafer is chips, potato chips which you eat. So she rolled that particular part of dough into a very thin cake, as thin as a wafer. But after baking that piece also, it appeared her to be very large to give it away for free. She could not part with that. Means she could not even give that part away to Saint Peter. For she said, "My cakes that seem too small when I eat of them myself are yet too large to give away." So she put them on the shelf. And she said to Saint Peter that when I myself eat my cakes, it appears to me very small, but when I am trying to bake it for you, every time they are appearing me too large to give away to you. And therefore, in a hideous way, she denied Saint Peter to give him any cake, and she put all those cakes which she had baked this time on the shelf. Then good Saint Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint, and surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. Then Saint Peter, who was very good person, who was very calm, because he used to travel the world and teach the message of harmony to the people, who himself was a very good person, he grew angry because he was very hungry and was feeling like fainting anytime. And the greedy nature of such a woman, who could not even give a piece of cake which was very as thin as a wafer, so she provoked the anger of the saint due to her greed. And he said, "You are far too selfish to dwell in a human form, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm." So Saint Peter said that you are very selfish. You should not be in a human form, because her nature was out of humanity, and she does not deserve to have food, shelter, and to fire to keep herself warm in that chilly winter. Now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get your scanty food by boring and boring and boring all day in the hard dry wood. So now you should fly across the sky as the birds do, and you should look for your scanty food, means the very little food that the bird eat. She should have to struggle for that food also. By boring, and boring means by drilling in the dry wood all through the day, she could be able to get a little food for herself. Then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed to a bird. Means this was the curse of the Saint Peter, and she changed her form from a lady into a woodpecker. When the Saint Peter had finished saying these words, the lady suddenly disappeared into the chimney, and from the top of the chimney there came out a bird which was a woodpecker. She had a scarlet cap on her head, and that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burned, black as a coal in the flame. So the lady was wearing a scarlet cap. Scarlet is red color. So she was wearing a red colored cap on her head, and which was left the same, means that cap was there on the head of the woodpecker also, but rest of her clothes were burned in that chimney, black as a coal, means everything was turned into into ashes due to burning into the coal. And every country schoolboy has seen her in the wood where she lives in the trees till this very day, boring and boring for food. And the storyteller says that every country schoolboy, means every boy in this Northland, has seen her in the forest. Here the wood means forest. Has seen her in the forest where she lives on the trees today also, and she kept on boring into the trees for getting her scanty food. So this was a legend of Northland which was told to you in a poetic way. And dear students, now we will move towards the poetic devices which has been used here. So the first poetic device which has been used in the poem is repetition. So repetition is simple repetition of a word which is used in the poem for not to make any emphasis, or for not to make any specific change, or to provide any specific meaning to the poem. It is just done to maintain the rhyming scheme. Like here it has been done in some lines like away, away in the Northland. It is in the very beginning of the poem. Then and rolled it flat, when the lady was baking cake for Saint Peter and she rolled it as flat as a wafer. So in that stanza it has been used. Then by boring, when Saint Peter cursed the lady for not to dwell as a human being, and cursed her to get converted into a woodpecker. So there he cursed that she had to bore all through the day into the trees to get her scanty food. And at last, boring for food. This is the last line of the poem, where the children are still able to see that woodpecker into the forest, and the woodpecker is still boring in the wood for getting her food. Then there is alliteration. Alliteration means the repetition of the same sounds. So in their funny furry clothes, here first sound has been repeated. So it takes alliteration as the poetic device. And still a smaller one, Yes, sir sound has been repeated. So it also takes alliteration. Then there is simile. Simile is comparing things using words as or like. So dear students, when in some phrase in poetry as or like is there to make comparison between the things, simile as a poetic device has been used there. And the children look like bear cubs. So here like, and children look are appearing as if they are cubs of the bear. So means the children has been compared with the cubs of bear. Therefore it takes simile as the poetic device. Then baked it thin as a wafer. When the lady was baking cake and she rolled it as flat as a wafer, so the cake was rolled as a wafer, means the cake has been compared with the wafer, therefore it takes simile. And after the curse of Saint Peter, when the lady disappeared into the chimney, but all the rest of her clothes were burnt black as a coal in the flame. So her clothes were, after burning, her clothes were black as a coal, as black as the coal is. Therefore it takes simile here. So this was the poem. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.